Hello, my name is Jupi, and today we're doing another version of Jupi Plays All the Games, this time with the ProcJam 2018. The ProcJam is a procedural generation jam that challenges developers to make something that makes something. Basically, you're just meant to make something that has to do with generative software. It can be a game, it can be art, it can be music, it can be wallpapers, it can be whatever. And then you submit your work. There's no actual ending deadline, however, on October 19th to October 29th was when the actual jam took place. There was also a bunch of talks and resources released, there was some asset packs released, some tutorials released, and more and more and more. ProcJam's a really amazing jam, and if you want to help promote it, you should check out the jam page and take a look for next year's ProcJam. I'm playing all of the things that were entered. We're checking them out for about a minute each, 10 per video. Links to the individual projects will be in the description, so you can check them out. At the end, I'll probably have an article of my favorites up on Big Boss Battle, which you can see when that comes around. Thank you very much for watching and liking and commenting and subscribing. If you want to support what I do, consider checking out the links in the bottom of the description to my social media platforms and Patreon. Next. This project's called ProcJam 2018. So it's a survival, sort of action game, where you're sort of fighting against this creature. Oh, we can run away. Ah, these ones shoot. Or those are tiny creatures. Oh, I feel like that gave us, a thing. But I feel like these squares are... Oh. I was gonna say challenging, but this one just broke into a million little ones, and that's definitely a challenge. Cool. So it procedurally generates the level. Alright, so those red ones are flying enemies. The big boxes become small boxes. Alright. This is a good start. There's a lot of very good bones here for a full game. Next. We're playing Procedural HyperActivity. Jump on as much platforms as you can before running out of time. Oh no. I mean, how do I even jump on these platforms? I feel like I'm just falling. I don't think I understand. I want to get my mouse back. Well, I can't get my mouse back. So as you fall, if you hit any of these platforms, you do gain points. But I don't understand movement, because arrow keys and WSD aren't doing anything as I slowly sink. But the world around me looks really intense and crazy and quite cool. What a weird game. Next. We're playing some bus game. Go as far as possible and as fast as possible. There was audio at the start, but it stopped now. Hold up to move up, S to move down, D to accelerate. You have to go as far as possible in the shortest amount of time to get more points. Try not to crash into cop cars and make you lose a life. That's fine. We can do this. We can go as far as possible, as fast as possible. Oh no. I mean, we are a school bus. I like how the cop car just kind of hit the road and still continued. Oh, we stopped. Did we pass that area? Was this a bus stop? I feel like if we're down in this very bottom of the screen, we won't hit anything. If we just stay here, the likelihood of two of them spawning here at the same time is probably so little. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I was wrong. I spoke too soon and lost my wheels. Next. We're checking out Maze Generator in this castle launcher. So this basically just generates a maze. You can reload this GitHub thing down at the bottom, which will then just generate a new maze. These are really big, really tight, lines, mazes. They're so super large. You start at one end and then at the other. But it definitely generates them, and they definitely look really good. It's quite intensely packed. Lots of dead ends. But yeah, this is a maze. It's cool. It's a cool little procedural generation thing. Generative tool. Next. We're playing Circle Clicker. There's no other information on this game apart from the name of it being Circle Clicker, and all of them are going into there. But I'm not sure if I'm meant to do anything specific. Like, clicking on these circles doesn't do anything even when they're way far away from this middle point that they're trying to get to. I have 3 lives. I kind of feel like I should be like a person on the screen or something. And these should hurt me somehow, or there should be a base that I'm defending by clicking these circles. But, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just quite unfinished. Next. We're checking out Spellbook Generator. A charm to enchant a weapon. Burn a sprig of sage, write your symbol on the weapon, inscribe the haze rune in the ground, inscribe the sign rune in the ground, inscribe a pentagon on the ground, eat an eye of newt to complete the ritual. So these are procedurally generating these magic spells. A spell to bless a friend. Eat an eye of newt. I don't like these eye of newt eating things. Shout the name of a friend. Arrange candles in a pentagram on the ground. Inscribe the haze rune in the ground to complete the ritual. A charm to bring fortune to your farms. Draw the owl rune in the air. Arrange candles in a pentagram on the ground. Burn a sprig of allspice. Stand facing the east. Burn a sprig of nettle. Bury a lock of your hair in your farms. Consume the toe of frog. Consume the eye of newt to complete the ritual. So these rituals do have something to do with what they're doing. So that one had like a hair in your farm, and then it's about your farm. A spell to bless your crops. Imbibe a wing of bat. Bury a lock of your hair in your crops. Eat an eye of newt. Step to the south. Inscribe the haze rune in the ground to complete the ritual. These are quite interesting. Next. We're sort of going to talk about Let It Songworm. So basically, it's this music box that you can watch a YouTube video of, and it plays music. I'm not going to play the entire video for you, but you can check it out. It's right there at that URL in the download area. But the gears were made and designed, and then copying it over and over. They were cut using a laser cutter from acrylic. The patterns on the outside of the box was produced using brushstrokes that was repeated 5 times around to create a flower, and brushstrokes repeated 6 times around for the snowflakes. The box drives the gears, and the patterns result from 3 layers of planetary gears that are generated when the layers rotate. So it's a pretty cool physical thing that was made for this jam, and I really hope they submit an article about it for next year's Seeds so that I can read more in-depthly about the creation of it. I do wish the page had some pictures of the process and the individual pieces and whatnot, but you know. We're checking out Markov Pit. Ooh. So this is a demo for an add-on. So it's a procedural platformer using the Godot official demo assets. So it's a demo for the add-on. It contains add-on for creating other procedural scenes in Godot based on procedural generation using a chain of Godot scenes. I don't want to jump that way. So it just sort of builds this little platformer level with procedural generation, and I can get to everything, which is good. I refreshed the page and reran it to see if it would be a different level. Doesn't seem to be, so I guess this is the one they exported to show you as a sort of demo. But, yeah. There you go. If you use the Godot engine, you can make some procedural generative platforms. Next. This is another thing that I don't quite know how to run. This is what it looks like inside the zip file. But basically, instead of creating like a tree, which a lot of generatives do make a tree, this creates like descriptions of trees. That's called Treegen. And these are some examples. This tree is short and has oval leaves. The canopy is ovid, spiraling and narrow. The bark is cracked and warm gray. This flora is gigantic and has flat needles. It has an expansive, dense canopy that is triangular in shape. The dark brown bark is flaking. So these are really good descriptions as well. They use a lot of really awesome words that makes it so you can picture them quite well. This plant is tall and has 4-sided needles. The bark is tan and scaled. It has an expansive, thick canopy that is round in shape. This flora is gigantic and has flat needles. I've read that one already. This flora is towering and has individual needles. The bark is rigid and almost white. It is a large, sprawling canopy that is ovid in shape. I don't know, seems neat. Next. This is another project that I don't know how to show you apart from its page. I'm sorry, but it's a puppy personality generator, and there are some great GIFs on the page of this puppy hanging out. So basically, it's a system in Unity that is capable of generating a unique personality for an animated dog, and it uses 4 parameters to generate random behaviors between 4 states. So it's like curious, energy, social, and obedience. And that's so interesting. So like curious and naughty generates this. It looks like he's gonna pee. Oh no, he's gonna drag across the carpet. Perfect. Curious plus active. A lot of sniffing in curious. Oh, it's just running around quite a bit, checking everything out. So if you need a personality for your 3D dog, so there's a thing for that. That's a really cute dog as well. Next.